G'day Pickleball family. First thing to know, as shared on pickleball.com, the last day of MLP, Major League Pickleball, Kansas City, is in the books by author Jim Kloss. Overland Park, Kansas City, last Monday featured the last day of MLP Kansas City with 4 matches, with teams fighting for the playoffs and playoff position. Every match is important and every point matters. Monday's results yielded some separation in the standings, but there are still lots of important matches remaining. One, a battle at the top. The top 3 teams all year have been St. Louis, Dallas, and Texas. All 3 teams were in action in KC. All 3 are just about locked to make the playoffs, but they are battling for just 2 first-round playoff byes. There was mostly good news for all 3 in KC. Texas grabbed 16 points in 3 matches, but they lost 3-1 on Monday to DC. A lost opportunity. Texas came out of KC with 35 total points, putting them in 3rd place. Dallas had an up-and-down time in KC, ending up with 16 points, but needed 4 matches to get there. Dallas exits KC with 37 total points in 2nd place. St. Louis had the best event, scoring 10 team points in 4 matches, getting them to the top spot at 38 points. Number 2, a battle at the bottom. Utah has trailed the field all year, but Utah netted 5 team points in KC, while Columbus gained 0. Both playing 3 matches. Columbus is now only 1 point ahead of Utah in the battle for last place. 3, a battle for playoff positioning. 6 teams make the playoffs. DC came into KC barely hanging on to 6th, but DC won 3-1 twice on Monday, defeating Arizona and Texas. That gave DC 17 points for the event and put them solidly in the top 6. LA, on the other hand, went 0-3 in KC and failed to gain a single team point. LA now sits out of the playoffs and will have trouble getting back into the top 6. Number 4, almost Orlando. The squeeze came into KC well off the playoff pace. They started hot in KC, getting 16 points in their first 2 matches, but in a crucial Monday match, Orlando lost 3-1 to New York. As New York is likely to finish 6th, this match was crucial to Orlando's faint playoff hopes. The loss meant that NY and Orlando had gained the same 6 points in KC, so making the playoffs will be difficult for Orlando. 5, which players did well or not in KC? It was another solid event for Anna Bright. She went 7-1 to lead first place St. Louis. Bright's PPA doubles partner, Rachel Rohrbacher, went undefeated at 6-0 at the event, the only player who did not lose at all. At the other end of the spectrum, the Columbus women, Andrea Koop and Megan Dizon, went a combined 1-11. We now have a slight break in MLP. The next event is in New York beginning September 19. Every point will matter in New York. Thanks ever so much for making it this far into the update. Please be sure to hit subscribe and like, comment and rate so this and future episodes can be found by and shared with other fellow pickleballers. Second thing to know, as shared on pickleball.com, once again by author Jim Kloss, what to look for at the PPA's Kansas City Open. The latest stop on the PPA tour brings us to Kansas City. It will likely be warm and humid, and the pros will be coming right off MLP Kansas City. Let's take a look at each of the 5 events and see what are the interesting matches to look for. 1, men's doubles. The top seed goes to Dylan Frazier, J.W. Johnson. Ben and Colin Johns get the 2 seed, but actually have the slightly easier draw. It will be interesting to see the Johns' energy level coming off their low energy performance at MLP Salt Lake City. There are some interesting pairs in men's doubles this week. At the 3 seed is Jaume Martinez-Vic, or JMV, and Tyson McGuffin. Obviously good players, but I don't see this team going too far. At the 4 seed is Federico Staksrud and Gabe Tardio. This is a well-matched pair, and they will be dangerous. At the 6 seed is Hayden Patrick and Christian Olsson. They have a favourable draw and could claim a spot in the semis. Among the lower seeds at 19 are Kwong Duong, Donald Young. Duong has had great success at MLP, not so much at PPA. How much of that is due to Duong not having high-level partners at PPA? Young has been playing well and improving, so keep an eye on this pair. They will be tested early with an expected matchup in the round of 32 against number 12, DJ Young, Augie Ger. Jack Sock is back, teaming again with Colin Schick and are seeded number 18. They will have trouble getting past the round of 16, where they are likely to play the top seed. Sock will need a higher level partner than Schick if he hopes to have success at men's doubles on the PPA Tour. 2 women's doubles. The top seed and heavy favourite is the team of Annalie Waters, or ALW, and Catherine Parento. Finding a team in the draw likely to test them is difficult. The second seed goes to Etta Wright, Megan Dizon. Dizon has been playing poorly in MLP events. It's worth watching to see if she regains her form back on the right side, next to Wright. Lucy Kovalova and Callie Smith continue to go their separate ways. Smith pairs with Elise Jones at the 3 seed and Kovalova teams with Jackie Kawamoto at the 4 seed. I don't expect either pair to go that far. Other pairs to watch include the 5 seed, Lacey Schneeman and Jade Kawamoto. They have a favourable draw and are in the wide open bottom half of the draw. One great match likely to occur is an expected round of 16 matchup of number 6, Leah Jansen, Tina Pisnik versus number 10, Murray Humberg, Georgia Johnson. Both of these pairs are better than some teams seeded higher, but an unlucky draw sees them playing in the round of 16 if both win their first round matches. The winner has a good shot at making the semis. 3 men's singles. Federico Staksrud takes the top seed and is a solid favourite for the gold. Ben Johns skips this event, so the 2 seed goes to Connor Garnett. Kwong Duong gets the 6 seed and has a good draw. Will this be the week he breaks through to win a singles event? At the 9 seed is Chris Hayworth. Hayworth can beat anyone, so watch out for him. One match to look forward to is number 7, Jack Sock, against number 38, Noe Cliff, if Cliff can win his opening round. Sock has as much power as anyone, and Cliff has as much touch as anyone. It would be a great contrast in styles if they play. 4 women's singles. ALW skips singles in KC, so Parento earns the 1 seed. ALW's absence makes for a wide open draw. Many players will look to make the medal stand or even win it all. Leah Jansen is a solid 2 seed. At the 7 seed, Lacey Schneeman has a good draw and could make a long run. For a long shot, number 22, Millie Rain, showed at recent MLP events that she has some singles game. 5 mixed doubles. The top seed and a reasonable draw goes to ALW, Ben Johns. They're a deserving favourite to win this one. The second seed goes to brother and sister JW and Georgia Johnson. They should have beaten ALW Johns the last time they played, so they should be motivated to try again. The 3 seed goes to Vivian David Yates Johnson, and I don't expect them to go far, which opens the draw for others. At the 4 seed, Federico Staksrud and Catherine Parento team up for the first time. They should meld well and be a threat. For lower seeds, at number 10, Jack Sock is playing with MLP teammate Leah Jansen. They have a very reasonable path to the semis, although Sock hasn't played that well at PPA mixed events. The 12 seed goes to Andre Diescu and Megan Dizon. That looks like a good team on paper, but we'll have to see if Dizon can regain her form. Tune in beginning today, Wednesday, for all the action from Kansas City. Third thing to know, as shared on AspenTimes.com, pickleball hockey converges PPA Tour brings pickle and pucks to Aspen. Aspen has long been known as a devout hockey town, but not anymore. It's also become a hotbed for pickleball, and that combination has drawn the attention of one of the sport's global governing bodies, the Dallas-based Professional Pickleball Association, or PPA. Running Tuesday through Thursday this week at Aspen Meadows Resort, the PPA Tour is hosting Pickle and Pucks, a series of teaching clinics and a celebrity pro-am tournament with the best pickleball players on the planet. It's kind of like a fantasy camp almost for avid pickleball players, said Jeff Watson, Vice President of Communications for the PPA Tour. It will be a fun little exhibition. As of Monday evening, the event was close to being sold out, and there will be little to no public viewing options in person. However, ESPN2 will televise Thursday's tournament beginning at 8 p.m. locally or a few hours after live play ends. Thursday also happens to be National Pickleball Day. It's going to be a heck of a lot of fun and a great celebration of pickleball, said Dave Fleming, the lead announcer for the PPA Tour, who will be calling the action live this week from Aspen. It's a wonderful choice for having an event like this in the off-season for the NHL in a place that's beautiful. Pickleball is so popular in Colorado, so to pick a beautiful place to showcase our sport and just the breathtaking views of Aspen, it couldn't be a better combination. The PPA Tour, founded in 2019, has held similar events with stars from other sports. But this week in Aspen, it's mostly about the National Hockey League, with guest players including three-time Stanley Cup champion Justin Williams, Denver native and former NHL All-Star Troy Terry, and Chris Draper, a four-time Stanley Cup champion with the Detroit Red Wings. The owner of the PPA Tour, Tom Dundon, also owns the NHL's Carolina Hurricanes, the same team Williams won one of his Stanley Cups with. Other guests this week in Aspen include tennis stars Jeannie Bouchard and John Isner. But the highlight for the true pickleball fans will be seeing the sport's top-ranked male and female players in Ben Johns and Annalie Waters, or ALW. Ben's brother, Colin Johns, who is also a highly ranked player and considered one of the best teachers of the sport, will also take part. There are clinics with the best players in the world who don't do a lot of teaching for the public, so we're excited to have that, Fleming said. The excitement for this event is seeing the merger of athletes from another sport that people know and love playing the fastest growing sport in America, which is pickleball. Fleming said the Pro-Am tournament is all for fun, but does expect things to get heated as play goes on, as it can be difficult for pro athletes, regardless of the sport, to turn off that competitive drive. But that's also the draw of pickleball. He continued, its popularity has exponentially exploded in recent years, due in large part to the accessibility of the game. Give me 4 people who are walking around Aspen and have an interest in trying something new, and they can be having fun and playing at a confident level in 20 minutes' time, Fleming said. It's easy to learn and hard to master, and that's the great challenge of the sport on the top end. Paddles up.